Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of GWA Supercharged, live from Seattle, Washington in the GWA Arena. I'm the voice of GWA, Joe Davis. Thank you for joining us. Well, tonight, we're not going to waste any time whatsoever. We're going to go straight to the ring to get the action underway.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, accompanied by Lilith Vandiver from Huntington Beach, California, weighing in at 232 pounds, Chris Vandiver.
And here comes the number one contender for the GWA United States Heavyweight Championship, Chris Vandiver. He is set to go one-on-one with a former United States Heavyweight Champion in the Fighting Irishman, Sergio Dondelinger, in our opening contest here tonight for GWA Supercharged. Vandiver, however, was brutally attacked. He was assaulted by the current reigning United States Heavyweight Champion, prime-time Charles Thompson, last week before a scheduled match between himself, Vandiver, and Gavin Briggs. That matchup did not happen. But I question having Lilith Vandiver out here at ringside with Chris, with a man like Charles Thompson running around just attacking him at will. But nonetheless, she is here at ringside, and hopefully this matchup will go off without a hitch. Vandiver now waiting for his opponent.
And his opponent from Bray, County Wicklow, Ireland, weighing in at 275 pounds, Sergio Dondelinger.
And Dondelinger making his way out to the ring. We have another big show for you planned here this evening. Big Bubba Mason will be in action once again tonight. He will take on the former world's champion, the Russian gladiator Aleksander Sokolov. The former world tag team champions will be in action, the Old Gods, as they square off with the Eliminators. And in our main event, we will have Ivar taking on Derek Wright. But first, Chris Vandiver, Sergio Dondelinger. There's the bell. Went for a lockup, but Vandiver shoved away by the bigger and more powerful Dondelinger, and shoved away again. He's now up against the ropes, and Dondelinger ripping away at that left arm over the top rope, and now hooks him up. Big power slam by Sergio Dondelinger, and down now on the right arm. Dondelinger gaining the upper hand in the early part of this matchup. Hooks him up. Look at this suplex. Vandiver floats over the top. Waistlock into the German suplex. Takes Dondelinger to the mat. Now a knee strike. And again, make that a trifecta for Chris Vandiver. Vandiver been doing everything that he can, fighting with all he's got to get out of a slump that he's been in for quite some time. Had a losing streak that he had broke at No Escape, becoming the #1 contender. 1, 2, not this time. A 2 count for Vandiver. But as I was saying, a victory to gain the #1 contendership for the United States Heavyweight title. He broke that losing streak. And he's looking for yet another victory here tonight against the Fighting Irishman. He's got him in the corner now. And grabs a fistful of a beard. And the open hand strikes and brings Dondelinger down. Now with the armbar on the left arm of Sergio Dondelinger. Chris Vandiver started out slow, but he has the momentum in this matchup currently. Whips Dondelinger to the far side, to the buckle. European uppercut, caught him coming in. One, and just a one time that time, as Sergio Dondelinger gets the shoulder up. Lilith Vandiver on the outside of the ring, cheering on her husband, Chris Vandiver. Lilith Vandiver not scheduled to compete here tonight, but had a victory in a tag team matchup last week with her partner, Whitney Duncan. Axe kick to the back of the head, and now here comes Dondelinger. Right hand blocked, and now here comes Vandiver. Both these men, fan favorites amongst the people, amongst the GWA fans, but one of them has to win, one of them has to lose. Clothesline over the top rope and to the floor goes Sergio Dondelinger. The official now going to begin his count. Vandiver on the apron. And that was a big miscalculation there by Vandiver. He must have slipped. But now Dondelinger, face first off the barricade, sent back into the ring. Vandiver will follow, and he's going to try to put it away here with the cover. 1, 2, he got no. I thought that he may have had the 3 there, but no such luck on that occasion. 2 count for Chris Vandiver. Being told in my headset now that we once again will hear from the GWA Heavyweight Champion of the World, Pretty Boy Arthur Caldwell, later on in our show. No doubt to address what had happened at the closing of the show last week with the arrival of 16-time World Champion Nature Boy Ric Flair. I'm still in shock over that. But I believe Caldwell will have some more to say on that developing situation. Look at Dondelinger go! Raining down the right hands, he is in control. Battering ram headbutt. That's got to be it. That's got to be all. 1, 2. No, not this time. Sergio Dondelinger with a long 2 count, but not enough to put Vandiver away. There's another big, heavy impact slam by Dondelinger. And Dondelinger now scoops him up. Slips out the back door, and a chop block to the knee from Chris Vandiver. Vandiver now. Van Cutter, center of the ring. 1, 2, no. The battering ram headbutt, not enough. The Van Cutter, not enough. There's a kick to the face by Dondelinger. And Dondelinger zinger. And that's got to be all. 1, 2, he got him. Whoa, wait a minute. No, he didn't. The right arm shoots up off the canvas at the last moment. Down with a splash, but Dondelinger missed. There was no water in the pool. Chris Vandiver now. Hammerlock DDT. Cover. 1, 2, and the victory for Chris Vandiver. What a hard-fought victory for Chris Vandiver. Barely, and I mean barely, by the skin of his teeth, kicks out of the Dondelinger zinger. He hooks up the hammerlock DDT, and Chris Vandiver was victorious here tonight. A big victory for Chris Vandiver. Wait a second. prime time Charles Thompson standing in the entranceway. You can barely see him. You can only see his silhouette, but you can tell that that's him. Vandiver sees him. He's going up after him. He's now walking with a purpose up the aisleway. This is going to break down right here. Chris Vandiver. There they go. Charles Thompson fights back, and they're just firing away. And now we got the security here to break this brawl up. Thompson, though, charges back at Vandiver. We're trying to get a hold on this thing. Well, as they're trying to break this up, we hope that you will join us Sunday, April 2nd, as GWA will come to you live from the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California, as we present WrestleFest. As I had mentioned earlier, later on tonight we will have the Eliminators going up against the Old Gods, the former tag team champions, plus the former World's Heavyweight Champion, the Russian gladiator Aleksander Sokolov, will stand toe-to-toe with Big Bubba Mason. And in our main event, one half of High Energy Derek Wright goes up against one half of the World's Tag Team Champions, Ivar. And again, we will hear from the heavyweight champion of the world, Pretty Boy Arthur Caldwell. Well, here comes the women's world champion, Amaya Stevens. She's not scheduled.
Making her way to the ring from Oakland, California, the Global Wrestling Alliance Women's World Champion, Amaya Stevens.
As far as I was aware, Amaya Stevens was not scheduled here tonight. Yet here she is, and it looks as though she has something to say, so let's listen in. Amaya Stevens irate about what happened last week in her match with Kaiva, demanding a rematch, calling her out.
And from no place in particular, Kaiva.
Well, ask and you shall receive. Here comes Kaiva with that pipe in her hand. Kaiva with what everybody believes to be an upset victory, a non-title victory, over Amaya Stevens last week. Stevens is completely irate over that. She has called Kaiva out, and she is here. It looks like we're going to have an impromptu match right here, right now. The women's champion against the number one contender, Amaya Stevens and Kaiva. There's an official. There's the bell. Here we go. And right across the ring, charges at Stevens with a crossbody, and Kaiva once again was just pouring it on, and there was a jab by Stevens. Kaiva now with the elbows. Kaiva now, and just mauling her as she's slamming her head, as she's biting her. Referee, does the referee want to do something about that? The unorthodox, crazy woman, Kaiva, now with a diving headbutt. I think she has completely caught Amaya Stevens off guard. Once again, Stevens was also, I don't believe, in her right frame of mind. Stevens just too irate, too angry to truly focus. And Kaiva now with a cover. One. Only a one this time. But Kaiva unorthodox to begin with, and with Stevens unable to focus, she's completely taken Stevens off guard and out of her game, and there's a clothesline by Stevens, and she's going to try to battle back here. Reversal now by Kaiva. Look at this. Though this I was not expecting at all. Kaiva now with a headbutt to the lower abdomen. And a cannonball-like maneuver and another cover. 1, 2, not this time. Stevens once again powers out at 2. But I am very surprised at how this has gone so far. There's a knockdown. Kaiva with another. And a reverse heel kick. Kaiva now in the corner, stalking Amaya Stevens. Stevens been unable to get out of the gate here. Look at that, slams the back of her head on the mat, and Stevens is reeling here. Kaiva now with her hand over the mouth and the nose. And now across the ring, off the ropes, and another high-impact crossbody. The cover, don't even tell me. 1, 2, and that is it. Can you believe that? Kaiva with a dominant victory. Not just another victory, but a dominant victory over the Women's World Champion, Amaya Stevens. That is a shock.
Here is your winner, Kaiva.
Kaiva now has gone completely berserk, but she's got another victory over the Women's World Champion. Well, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, this one is going to be a hoss fight. The Russian gladiator Aleksander Sokolov against Big Bubba Mason. So let's get back down to the ring and let's get this matchup underway. I'm excited for this one.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, accompanied by Maria Sokolov from St. Petersburg, Russia, weighing in at 260 pounds, the Russian gladiator, Aleksander Sokolov.
Not quite 2 weeks ago, Aleksander Sokolov lost the World's Heavyweight Championship to Arthur Caldwell, and now he must climb the mountain again. His first obstacle? It's a big one. It's Big Bubba Mason.
And his opponent from Perry, Oklahoma, weighing in at 324 pounds, Big Bubba Mason.
And here he comes, the good old boy from Perry, Oklahoma. It's Big Bubba Mason. Mason, of course, is going to have to keep an extra pair of eyes in the back of his head because Aleksander Sokolov, once again, will have his wife, Maria Sokolov, at ringside. So Bubba Mason going to have to keep his eyes peeled. But nonetheless, Aleksander Sokolov, Big Bubba Mason here on Supercharged. There's the bell. And Sokolov comes out swinging right away. European uppercut to the back of the head. And look at this. Now going for the right leg. Trying to stretch and pull that hamstring. And sweeps the leg. Does Bubba Mason. Mason now with a big right hand like a fly swatter to the face of Aleksander Sokolov. Sokolov now with a kick, sends Mason to the ropes, and Mason battles back with an elbow, sends him for the ride against the ropes. What a shot! I hope Sokolov loved the taste of boot because he just got that entire soul. And now Bubba Mason, gut wrench up on the shoulder, Dominator! by Bubba Mason. Here's the cover. 1. Only a 1 that time. The Russian Gladiator. No joke, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, there's no way that he could have been. I mean, he is now a former world champion, but a world champion nonetheless. I mean, you've got to truly be one of the greats to hold the heavyweight championship of the world. What a senton by Bubba Mason. Here's the cover. That could be it. 1. And no, only a 1. Sokolov still with the kick out before the 2. And that's exactly what I was talking about. Bubba Mason has to watch Maria Sokolov with the distraction, and Aleksander will capitalize. And now Sokolov with several strikes of his own now. A duck under by Mason on that one. A clubbing blow will send Sokolov face first to the mat, and Bubba Mason will regain control. Lock up. Look at this. Has him by the throat. Sokolov battling back here. Shut down again by Mason. Spine buster by Bubba Mason. And Bubba Mason feeling proud of himself for that one. Maria Sokolov on the outside, looking on. Went for the clothesline, but a modified jawbreaker there by Sokolov. And there's a knockdown by Mason. A duck under the clothesline. Back body drop. And now the spine buster. And Bubba Mason is on a roll. And now Maria Sokolov up on the apron, but Bubba Mason just gonna ignore her. And Mason now chucks Sokolov over his head. And now Maria Sokolov distracting the official. The official's trying to get her off the apron here. Bubba Mason still not going to be distracted. He's got Aleksander right where he wants him. Big boot to the side of the head. The cover. 1, 2, and no, wait a sec. How did he do that? I could have swore that was a 3. But give him credit, Aleksander Sokolov with the kick out from the big boot. I don't know how he did it. He goozles him, and he gets an elbow to the side of the head. A block. Mason goozles him again. And what impact on that choke slam. A cover again. 1, 2, and yes, this time he's got him. We'll give credit to where credit is due. Somehow Sokolov kicks out of the big boot. But after that high-impact choke slam, he was unable to kick out a second time. And Big Bubba Mason is your winner.
Here is your winner, Big Bubba Mason.
A big victory for Bubba Mason. There's Aldo P. Wallace. What? Wait a second. And now Mason sees him, and look at this. Aldo P. Wallace now with a headbutt. What the hell is Aldo's problem? And Maria, I don't know what the hell she's thinking she's doing. Maria needs to get the hell out of there. But what the hell is Aldo P. Wallace's problem with Bubba Mason? He's got him in a bear hug. Now that takes strength and power to lift up a man the size of Bubba Mason and bear hug him like that. Now he hip tosses him. Aldo P. Wallace assaulting Bubba Mason, knee to the face, and he has split Bubba Mason wide open. Aldo P. Wallace is destroying Bubba Mason. He's tearing him apart, limb from limb. The hell is his problem? Where's the security? Well, now it looks like he's going to finally lay off him, but he has destroyed Big Bubba. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, from what I understand, we are expecting World's Champion Arthur Caldwell to come out here. He's got something else to say. Last week, Caldwell came out and he was thanking the fans, and You know, he was talking about his championship victory, regaining the world's title, but he was then interrupted by none other than 16-time world's champion, Nature Boy Ric Flair, shocking the wrestling world. He then proceeded to challenge Arthur Caldwell for a match for the world title, and Arthur Caldwell had accepted, so no doubt Caldwell is going to be coming out here to address that very thing, and here he comes.
Making his way to the ring from Tacoma, Washington, weighing in at 238 pounds, the Global Wrestling Alliance World Heavyweight Champion, Pretty Boy Arthur Caldwell.
Arthur Caldwell, the GWA Heavyweight Champion of the world, for the second time, out here to address the wrestling world, most likely about what happened at the end of our show last week. So let's send it down to the ring and let's listen to the world's champion. Arthur Caldwell inviting Ric Flair to Supercharged next week. But coming up next, we have tag team action as the Eliminators will take on the Old Gods. So let's get back to the ring. Let's resume the action here tonight on GWA Supercharged.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 500 pounds, the Eliminators.
Vince Dixon and Cliff Russell, the Eliminators, going up against the former GWA Tag Team Champions of the World, Handsome Harry Sharp and Mr. Amazing Ray Snyder, the Old Gods. The Eliminators looking to start making their way up the tag team ranks. They want another shot at those World Tag Team titles. They're currently held by the Viking Raiders, but the Eliminators are not the number one contenders right now, but they want to be.
And their opponents, at a combined weight of 660 pounds, the Old Gods.
And here are the former champions, the Old Gods, Handsome Harry Sharp and Mr. Amazing Ray Snyder. Lost those titles not quite 2 months back at No Escape to the Viking Raiders. And now they find themselves at the bottom of the ladder, having to work their way back up as well. So they hope for a victory here tonight against the Eliminators, and that will be their first step. So we have Vince Dixon going to be starting things off with Ray Snyder. There's the bell, and here we go. And Snyder now opening things up with a few strikes. Closed fist right to the forehead of Vince Dixon. Dixon now not going to give up. He kicks his way back to his feet, and he's shoved away by Snyder. Buries the right hand into the girts. Another hard right hand to the face. Cover here by Snyder. And only a one this time. Vince Dixon gets the shoulder up. A right hand now from Russell. He wasn't doing anything. He was just minding his own business. There on the apron. Gets sucker punched by Snyder, and a shoulder block. Both men, well, neither one of them going down. And Vince Dixon trying everything he can, but Snyder just bigger, stronger, and he punches Vince Dixon right in the face again. Big elbow drop by Snyder. One. And still only a one count. Vince Dixon kicks out yet again. Will Ric Flair answer the invitation to join us here next week on Supercharged to go over the details for the World Heavyweight Championship match that he wants? Only time will tell. You'll have to tune in next week to find out. In the meantime, we've had a tag, and Sharp is now in, and Vince Dixon trying to shut Harry Sharp down. And Sharp now with some elbows to the girts. And right hand, Dixon goes down again. He needs to get out of there. He needs to make a tag to his partner, Cliff Russell. So far, he's been pretty isolated from his corner. Drops the fist, but missed. And Dixon now with a forearm shot. And Vince Dixon grabs the arm, brings him down, and now into an armbar. Look at the torque on that arm. Vince Dixon finally going to be able to make that tag. In comes Cliff Russell. And Russell, he got clipped with that clothesline there. And look at this. Brings him in the hard way, and Cliff Russell is going to make him pay for it. And Dixon now on the outside, going to try to recover from that. And Russell now sends Harry Sharp over the top rope, and now he gets sent to the floor. And Cliff Russell going to go right out after him, and then now he's got to fight off Ray Snyder as well. Cliff Russell is in a bad part of town. He does not want to be there. And now sent into the steps is Ray Snyder, but Russell gets a shoulder tackle for his trouble. The odds just too much for Cliff Russell on that side of the ring, and now he gets his face smashed. First into the barricade, and then with a right hand. The official now up to 6. There's a right hand. again by Harry Sharp. Sharp now going to make his way back into the ring. The official now up to 7. Ray Snyder standing over Cliff Russell. Russell now trying to make his way back to his feet. He's got to run for it, but he made it and gets punched in the face the moment he gets back in the ring. There's a tag. In comes Ray Snyder. And there's a shot by Russell, but it wasn't enough to take the big man down. Snapmare. Fist drop to the face. And now he's choking him. A blatant choke right in front of the official. Russell pops back up to his feet. There's a kick to the midsection. Neck breaker by Cliff Russell. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, not this time. Long 2 count for Russell. And Cliff Russell going to send Snyder over the top rope. And now Snyder gets hung up on the top rope and sent to the floor. Cliff Russell now going to send Snyder back into the ring. And Snyder maybe able to dive to make the tag. Sharp back in, but cut off by Russell, and there's another neck breaker. Cliff Russell now going to go over and make the tag, and in comes Vince Dixon. There's a tag to Ray Snyder, and we're back to square one. Snyder now with a few strikes of his own, sends Dixon now for the ride against the ropes, and block the shoulder block. And look at Vince Dixon trying to fight back. Dixon now sends Snyder to the corner. Look at this, sends him down. Vince Dixon, what does he got in mind? He's up on the middle rope. With a splash by Vince Dixon. He still didn't go for the cover. He should have went for the cover there. Now instead he gets a forearm right to his face and another right hand. The momentum shifts once again in the favor of the old gods. Knee to the face by Vince Dixon. Clubbing blow, and Dixon back down to the mat again. And look at this. Several blows. Look at this. And Vince Dixon was trying all that he could. This time he's got Snyder down. Here's the cover. 1, 2, broken up by Harry Sharp. Vince Dixon thought that he had him. Straight right hand again by Ray Snyder. And Snyder now going for the cover. He's got his feet on the ropes. 1, 2, wait a minute, no, not like that. Not like that. Ray Snyder and the old gods steal one from the Eliminators. This right here is how he done it. Went for the cover. He's got the feet on the ropes for extra leverage. The official didn't see it. And the old gods win.
Here are your winners, the Old Gods.
What a tough break for the Eliminators. The old gods steal one here tonight. And they are victorious. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is main event time. Derek Wright to square off against Ivar of the Viking Raiders. Well, this is, in a way, a return match from last week, but last week it was the opposite partners against each other. It was Willie Jones against Eric, and because of Don Holmes causing all of his distractions, Willie Jones was able to pick up the victory. This week, the opposite partners will go one-on-one, and there's Derek Wright. He's going to go up against Ivar. Of course, Don Holmes is going to have something to say, so let's listen in. Wow. The guy really thinks he's somebody, doesn't he? Well, nonetheless, Derek Wright is ready. As ready as he's gonna be. And there are the drums. And here comes his opponent.
And his opponent, representing the Viking Raiders from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 305 pounds, one half of the Global Wrestling Alliance World Tag Team Champions, Ivar!
One half of the World Tag Team Champions, Ivar, set to go one-on-one with one half of the #1 contenders for the World Tag Team titles, Derek Wright. And I'm a little confused at these pairings. I'm not sure if they had an opportunity to choose which one was going to face who. But Willie Jones is a little bigger than Derek Wright. I figure he would have taken on Ivar, and Derek Wright would have taken on Eric. But nonetheless, here we are. And let's see if Ivar can deal with... Well, look at this. Extending the hand, and he went to shake the hand, and he gets the taste slapped out of his mouth because of it. Well, you kind of asked for that, Derek, in all honesty. But let's see if Ivar can deal with not only Derek Wright, but Don Holmes on the outside as well. Whip to the corner, and Derek Wright, knife edge chop to the big chest of Ivar. There's a leg drop. And Derek Wright starting things off, well, he got blocked and got kicked right in the mush. Right in the face. Ivar turns things around with that one kick. Look at that. And just tossing Derek Wright around. And there's a splash. That's 300 plus pounds. One. Only a one. How did Derek Wright kick out just after one? He got squashed by 300 plus pounds. There's Don Holmes out there. And Derek Wright able to avoid that one. He gets kicked again. He's now up against the ropes. And again. And what a crossbody by Ivar. And here we go. Here's the cover. One. Only a one that time. Once again for Ivar. Drops the elbow. That's a heavy elbow. That's a very heavy elbow. Another splash by Ivar. How much of that could Derek Wright take? And look at the agility by this 300-plus pounder. Ivar in total control at the moment. Double underhook powerbomb with the cover. 1, 2, no. That time a 2 count before Wright kicks out. And Don Holmes now distracting Ivar. This is the same thing that he done to Eric. And a drop kick catches Ivar as he turns around. And now Derek Wright looking to capitalize. Look at this. A Russian leg sweep into the punch combination. That's exactly what Ivar needed to avoid and what he needed to look out for. Went for the knee drop, but missed. And a big clothesline by Ivar. Ivar takes back over. And there's another splash by Ivar. The ribs have got to be screaming right now of Derek Wright. Stiff kick to the spine. And Ivar now locks up with Wright, sends him into the corner. Oh no, look at this, running start, splashes him in the corner, went for the bulldog, but reversal by Derek Wright. And Wright with the knockdown, and another. Derek Wright trying to battle back, sweeps the leg. Derek Wright somehow found an opening and used it. And Wright now will once again send Ivar to the corner. Another heavy-handed knife-edge chop. A cover. But I don't think that's going to get it done there. No, indeed not. What the hell is Don Holmes doing now? Holmes now throws a damn chair in the ring. Not that his client needs it. He's in control right now. Sends Ivar through the ropes. Look at this. We've seen this combination before. Hell of a combination. And now Derek Wright's going to look to end this with the over-the-top neck breaker. Here he comes for it. Reversed into a back body drop by Ivar. And the reverse heel kick. Here's the cover. 1, 2, no! Somehow Derek Wright gets the shoulder up. I can't believe that. Ivar, however, looking to end it right here. He's got him up on the shoulder. Sit-down pile driver. And that's got to be it. Here's the cover. 1, 2. But Derek Wright grabs the bottom rope. The rope break saves him. How lucky can you get? Ivar, no doubt, had this one wrapped up. Now Derek Wright with the elbows, trying to break up this momentum. Several strikes now by Wright. Look at Derek Wright go, throwing the hands. And now, neck breaker. Derek Wright somehow coming back in this matchup. He's got Ivar on the ropes right now. Kick to the midsection. Follows it up with another neck breaker. And now look at this. Just stomping away mercilessly. Derek Wright now takes Ivar to the ropes in an elbow, and here's another couple of elbows by Ivar. Ivar now going to hook him up for the second time. There it is again, delivers it for the second time in this match. That's got to be all, but Wright kicks Ivar right in the face. What more does he got to do? I don't believe it. Derek Wright is somehow still in this. Ivar rolls out. A shot to Don Holmes. And look at this. Trying to twist the arm. A forearm shot. Roll up by Ivar. 1, 2. He got him. Ivar with the roll up and the victory. Ivar gave a shot to Don Holmes on the outside of the ring for good measure. This roll up right here and the victory for the tag team champion, Ivar. Here is your winner, Ivar. Derek Wright not happy, but it is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, we're out of time. Tune in next week for another edition of Supercharged.